What's up, guys? So I know I'm a little behind. I've usually been getting 2 videos a weekend, but some things changed around here. So as you look, where's the gray Mustang? I actually sold it, so that is super awesome. I know maybe you wanted to see some more videos of it or whatever the case may be, but for that car, it did its purpose for me. I filmed with it all winter. I had a little bit of fun with it. I got it up and running. The thing was pretty badass, and I sold it to a guy, and I think he's gonna make a race car out of it, from what he sounds. So we'll see what actually happens. He doesn't live too far from me. I'll probably see him up at Cache the Creek a few times, so hopefully we get to see the gray car again. Hopefully up and running, still ripping just like it was, and life can go on like that. And now this allows me to do my next move, which I haven't really told anyone yet, and I won't until everything I am buying is here. But yeah, so in other news, it's time to bring the red car back. Here's the old iron block. So this is the one that I was given to me in Florida, and so I am getting this oil pan off and get some of my stuff off of it. And my aluminum block that No Name Race Cars John Kelly gave me is in the trunk of my car with all the guts ready to be assembled. So we're gonna be slapping that motor together. Don't have the heads yet. They're still at Janderson heads, getting all ported out and cleaned up. So we'll be waiting on that for a little while, but hopefully by the end of the day we have a short block. So let's get to it. Well guys, so we got that oil pan off. I did a little sweatshirt change so I didn't mess up that nice gray one. But this thing, so this was in the explosion. And everything looks pretty good. I went pretty hardcore in the cleaning. There's a pickup tube. But now that I'm home and I have really good air compressor, I'm gonna hit it with some more brake clean and clean up again, because there's still just a little tiny bits and pieces. I don't know if you can see on my finger there, but just random little stuff that are in the pan. So I will get this baby real nice and cleaned up, so it's definitely good. And get the old iron block off the stand and get ready for the next one. Put the old aluminum one on here and get going. I'm gonna set this one off to the side. I will rebuild this. I have all the stuff to do it. I just want to get the other one done first. So that's the plan for now. But let me unload the other one and do a little swap. We'll be good to go. So as you can see here, got the new aluminum block all cleaned up. Everything looks pretty mint in this guy. Cylinders look pretty nice. So now we're gonna start honing. I don't have the old ring grinder, so I'll probably have to do it with a file, but I'm gonna try to get the short block at least assembled tonight, and I'll show you the other stuff that I got. So let me grab a knife here. Since I couldn't find a decent set of pistons for this thing, everything, all the skirts and everything were super banged up, I ended up going with, this is a factory replacement style piston, so same OEM guy, it's just a brand new one. So hopefully them things are ready for some abuse, because that's all they'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna get the time lapse going, slap some bearings in this thing and start putting her together. So there, now you can see I have the crank set in here. No caps on it, just the studs are in. But just for anyone doing this, believe it or not, the longer bolt goes on the inside, but that's because the hole that it goes into has a little bit of a back drill on it. And then the outer one, which is where your windage tray bolts do, are the shorter bolts, but the threads start right away. So just a little FYI for anyone who didn't know. And then if you're doing this and you're running ARP main studs like I am, you should definitely have the bore checked out, or at least when you get it together, make sure it spins over nice, because sometimes changing the way that they torque down will in fact change the tolerances of how everything fits together. So this one has been checked, so it should be mint. The last one was mint too, so most of the time you can get away with it. Sometimes maybe not. So just something to be aware of if you're building your own motor. Well, we got all the main caps on. All the nuts and bolts just hand started. So I'm gonna go ahead and get torquing them. So there's a sequence to it, and I believe it is start here and work your way like so, inside to out, 3 equal steps. The inners are 60 and the outers are 50. So just getting my torque wrench all set up, which we actually did just calibrate them the other day, and they were all about 5 pounds off, and now they're all within half a pound or so. So should be pretty dialed for hitting all these numbers right. But I'll drop a little clip in after this and show you just how you do that, or what's tools we use to do it. But yeah, so I'm gonna get to torquing these babies down, and hopefully she spins over nice. So here's the little torque wrench thing here, and it's just a little gauge. And so right now we have it set to beep at 50, and I have the gun set at 50. So he's gonna pull on it, 53.3. So this one's about 3 pounds off, which is strange because it was pretty right on the other day, but it is also just a Napa torque wrench. But you can see now it resets. We'll do it one more time just to verify. 53.6. So I mean, pretty damn accurate. At least a decent way to get your torque wrenches so they're right on the nuts if you're gonna be torquing some critical stuff. So funny, as I was doing this, I was thinking, man, this is going together way fast. I don't remember it being this fast. Turns out I forgot to put on the ARP Fastener assembly lubricant. Not really sure if it actually does anything or not, but they always highly recommend it, so I usually always do it. Luckily, I didn't get too far into the torquing process, so took them all off, put all the sauce on there. Now she's good. Well, there you are, fellas. All the mains, all torqued in with the lubricant on them. If you've seen what I was doing with the side ones, I was reading on there and it said that you should put a little RTV on them to prevent oil leaking, which I've never done. And everything seemed to always have a little tiny drip, so we'll see if this one does. But you can see that line hone, mint. Nice and tight, but still has a nice free, easy spin, so beautiful. Step 1, done. Now for the pistons and the rods. Well, fellas, with all that being done, it is now time to gap the rings. So I laid them all out, just as I'm gonna do them, and I got the pistons all marked on the bottoms, everything all ready to go. So I'm gonna, one at a time, with this little file, hand gap all of them. I usually go 30 and 30. It's a little bit of a measurement, boosted application, alcohol kind of thing. Ken and I figured it out a couple years ago. But that's what I did in the last one. Seemed to be all right, so we're gonna do her again. All right, so as you saw there, just doing the rings. It definitely took a long time doing it with a file, but I would say they all turned out pretty good. As you can see, I got them all on here. They all fit pretty nice. Nice clean pistons. All face the right way, right side up, direction up, all the important stuff. So they should be ready to drop in this motor. So we're gonna kind of give the cylinders a little oil and pop them all on in. All right, guys, so it's been a couple days. I was gonna put all the pistons in, but my old piston ring compressor just wasn't gonna cut it. So ordered this one off Amazon. It was $20 or something, but it's for a 3.78 bore, so it should work perfect for this. So now we are ready to install the pistons, and like I said earlier, we'll slap a little oil on them and slide them all in. I'll torque them up. We're still waiting on some cylinder heads, so I'm not gonna get too fired up getting this thing all wrapped up, but at least get all the hard work done before the time comes. So let's go ahead and get the pistons on in. Well, there you go, fellas. We have a functioning rotating assembly. All the pistons are in. I got to torque them down yet, but it's a good start. Don't have any cylinder heads yet, like I said earlier, but what I'm trying to do is test on April 16th, which is a week and some change away. So if I have the heads by then, I just want to get as much of this short block knocked out while waiting for that. So when the time comes, we're all good to go. So kind of my plan for now, but if it don't happen, it don't happen. No big deal. There's plenty of season left. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna call it here for the night. I've been working like 12-hour days. It's brutal. So just one little piece at a time every night works for me. So hopefully later this week I'll come out here and torque all them down, maybe put the oil pump on and kind of get some of that wrapped up. And then once we get all that and get the cylinder heads, Justin's gonna come up and we are going to do the old verify the reluctor wheel thing. So we know exactly how this one is, so we don't waste half the season down 8 degrees like we did last year. And I'll show a video on how to do that without using a piston stop, doing it, you know, just as it sits right now. So that should be a decent little video, but yeah. Hopefully now that we got some parts coming in, Justin's motor should be back here soon. We'll be able to film a whole bunch more good stuff. I know I was on a pretty good video streak there when I had the gray car, but that one's gone and on to better things now. So yep, that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. I guess this is part 1 of the engine build, and part 2 will be coming up real shortly. Thanks y'all for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.